good to have you with us. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson here in the booth. Partner, these are a couple of teams that struggled a year ago. So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set, and off we go here on EA Sports. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the quarterback now in his 4th NFL campaign.
It's fair to say this season hasn't gotten off to the type of start they likely envisioned for themselves, but it's still early. A win here, it could go a long way towards changing the trajectory of this entire season. But what's going to make this even more difficult today, not only the worthy opponent that they face, but having to go on the road and do it here in a hostile environment. If he is able to lead his team to a win today, I think that gives them the spark to turn this season around.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll try to get the running game going. Oh, no, right at the start, he loses the football. But he'll gather it back in. Here's 2nd and 6. Now some movement up front. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time here today. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. He's going to tuck it and go.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
On 3rd down, they'll try and run it with a draw play. And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage. It sets up 4th down.
Great job by the defense here, quickly realizing that this was going to be a draw. They're not caught off guard thinking that they're defending the pass. They're able to not only get in there for a stop, but they're able to take them down in the backfield for a loss.
Oh, not the greatest punt there. This is going to hit and go out of bounds. Here comes the Denver offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his 2nd season in the NFL.
We both could get the sense from talking to him this week leading up to today's game, Mike, just the amount of pressure he felt that was on his shoulders. And frankly, in the entire locker room, they need to get their first win. When you study NFL history, starting a season 0-3, not many teams have ever made the playoffs in the Super Bowl era, only 6. So if they want to get a chance to find themselves in the playoff hunt, if they just want to get their season on track, a win today is going to go a long way.
And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Back to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. A pickup of 14 on that one. 1st down, Broncos.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Now give on the ground. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Right back to him on 1st down. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. 2nd and 7. He'll look to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
A handoff as they try to run it here. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From out of the gun, he'll throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
3rd down and 6 yards to go.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
That's going to be out of bounds, no return. And the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. The Raiders offense ready now for their 2nd drive. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. They will not get back to the line of scrimmage. They pick them up and throw them down for a loss.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards. This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And a short field awaits. Their catch taken on this side of midfield. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. Now a give up the middle. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. Slot receiver headed right. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is 1st down. They'll look to throw. 1st down throw there is incomplete.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
Still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. He pulls it in around the 5. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 5-yard line.
Now this looks like a design run. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down.
Gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 2.
So, not much to speak of in terms of scoring in that first quarter of play. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Greg and I back in Denver in just a moment. Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it.
You can just see the reaction on the sideline. This defense thought they had themselves a critical stop. The mantra down here for all defensive coordinators, Mike, is takeaways, field goals. That's what you're trying to do, and man, they were this close to coming away with a huge takeaway. It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
From the 6, here comes a return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Raiders offense getting their final instruction before heading back onto the field. The offense is a little slow to start percolating. 3-0 the score as they begin this drive with a 1st and 10. Gain of 12 and a 1st down. So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. They'll turn and hand this one off. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
Number 1 rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble.
And that just can't happen. 3rd and long, just understand, contain the ball, rally tackle. Just get the ball carrier on the ground. Not only not able to get to him inside the pocket, he's able to extend the play with his legs and pick up a huge, long 1st down.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He'll get this one to his safety valve, complete. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Here's a handoff out of the gun, and he will have the 1st down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains. And not a whole lot to speak of there. He'll work it down inside the 35. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Throwing now from the gun. Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. 1st and 10. Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. Not much to work with there. He'll get down to about the 22. Here's a 2nd and 9. Slot man in motion left. Now they'll set up to throw. Now a deep ball toward the end zone.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a 1st down.
Those plays are killers for a defense. You think you have the quarterback hemmed in. You think you have a chance for your pass rush to get you off the field. Instead, he gets away, picks up some tough yards, and sets his team up 1st and goal.
He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And a good job to make sure he didn't get loose. Brought down around the 7. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. Stop at the 6, and that sets up 3rd and goal. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play a man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away. Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up third down. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
That is fielded at the 20. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. His drive will start on the ground, and he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Short pass taken in by the tight end. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here comes 3rd and 6. Quick throw taken in.
This exact situation here, Mike, tends to get a lot of conversation around the league. I think I'm going for it. I think here around midfield, you got to maintain possession, see if you can end this drive with some points. I think you got to stay aggressive, keep your offense on the field.
Fair catch made here. The drive will start at the 23-yard line. The Broncos offense and their running back set to go once more. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Three, our score. 2 minutes to go in this first half. Greg and I return to Denver after this. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. He throws right side down the field, and it is brought in. That one good for 29.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
Quick throw here is complete. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They'll look to throw again. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds. They've got it at the 8. First down and goal. Back to the air one more time. And he's going to be taken down back at the 20-yard line. Now a timeout, Denver. That's their second. They'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. And the Raiders are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The Raiders offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drop. Looking for his tight end on the corner route. He's got it. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down. One final throw before the break. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So, just a pair of field goals in that first half. It is 3-3 at the break as we send you to our studios in Orlando. Here's Jonathan Coachman. He's got the EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte, where it was the Panthers who were able to come away with the home victory. 30-7 was your final. Not too much to show you scoring-wise in that first half. Just a couple of field goals make up all the scoring. But I wouldn't be surprised if we're close to a breakthrough, and things should open up as we move along.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Still in search of our first touchdown of the game. We are tied at 3 as we begin quarter number 3. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Broncos offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They'll set out in search of a first touchdown in this game. Just a pair of field goals to show. It's 3-3 as they start 1st and 10. Here's a run to begin this third quarter. And he's going to have a Broncos first down. He's got this up to the 35.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
And he'll get about 5. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he's going to take this past the 45. And that's good enough for a first down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. So a pair of first downs moves them out to the 47-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down. Back to throw. Fires left sideline. That is complete. A gain of 24 through the air. Good for a Denver first down.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is. Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
He's got it at about the 8. He is in. Touchdown, Broncos. His first touchdown of the new campaign.
That just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the second half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum feel. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this second half started. The extra point is good. The Broncos take a 10-3 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. Just the lone field goal for them so far, down 10-3 in this one. And they'll start 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing downfield, right side, and it's caught.
Pass interference. Defense.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, he'll throw. This one's going to be taken in over the middle. He's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. 2nd and a yard. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Wide open is the tight end. He's got this one. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
That is caught at the 3. And he's in. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
No problem there on the extra point. And the Raiders will tie things up. It's now 10-10. All level at 10 as this one's kicked off. This will be returned from the 6. Now an opening past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Broncos offense and their big play wide out getting set for their next possession. They'll see if they can go about breaking our tie. We're all even at 10 as this drive begins, 1st and 10. He finds a seam, a good run, up past the 40. Let's give him 9 on that one. They'll send a tight end in motion. They'll stick with him again. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down. He'll look to throw. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. To the ground, a first down run. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
And with that run, this back is closing in on almost 100 yards for the game today, Mike. He's had a lot of those good chunk plays. This defense has not had a great answer for him so far.
He's going to run it. They get 24 on that one. Just like that, it's first and goal.
What I like the most here is just the decision that when he wants to be a runner, he commits to being a runner, and he's able to weave his way downfield, pick up the first down, sets up first and goal.
A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's first and goal. He'll drop to throw. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Denver. And that is touchdown number 1 in the National Football League career of a guy, Greg, taken high in the draft, hoping for moments like that.
When you get drafted in the first round, Mike, let alone as a wide receiver, the expectation in the NFL today is that you need to come in and be an immediate impact player. Plays like this continue to build that relationship with the quarterback, and I think this guy's got a real bright future.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. Find themselves trailing 17-10 now as they come up with first down and 10. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down. They'll look to throw. Now he'll air one out. And he can't hang on. It is incomplete. A chance there, a big chance for a huge play, but he couldn't reel it in. On third down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Now, fair catch, and he'll take it at about the 24-yard line. The Broncos offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. Now they'll set up to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and Let's also give some credit to the back end, doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Now, faking the give. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. What a connection. He's down inside the 5-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. 1st down and goal. Throwing now from the gun. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
2 incomplete passes now lead to this 3rd down and goal. To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Broncos. An extra point attempt to follow. His kick is good. And the Broncos move out to a 24-10 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line. There's that man again. Another catch.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second down and 3. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. Quick throw out wide. It's caught.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way. And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
This fielded at about the 9. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him, take him down behind the line.
It's a loss of 2.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Now a flag comes in. It was thrown by the umpire. The pickup is 4,
Holding.
but usually that's a holding penalty. That was not what they were hoping for. He's going to go out of bounds behind the line. A loss on that one. This a must stop for this defense. Facing 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The visitors' offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll start with great field position right at midfield with a first down. Handoff here, up the middle. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Quick throw, taken in, and he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
First down, Las Vegas.
Up the middle they go. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll throw out of the gun. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. He's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
And that is incomplete.
They're lucky to have avoided this mistake here, Mike. In the fourth quarter, with possessions running out, that would have been a critical back-breaking play in this game. And they're going to have second life now after that defender drops the ball. And let's see if they can take advantage of it.
This one has plenty of leg. And it is good. And they are indeed back within 1 score.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Going up top. That is hard. And he will take this one in. 72 yards. Touchdown, Denver. These scores have to be a relief to this team, Greg. Looking at going 0-3 instead, a fourth-quarter lead, and it looks like win number 1 is on the way.
Absolutely, and at this stage of the season, still being early, this is about as close to a must-win as it gets. Historically, teams that avoid 0-3 starts by getting back to 1-2, the likelihood of them being in that playoff picture is drastically different. So, big win today when they needed it the most.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense make their way out to take over once more. They need to start making some inroads here, down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Quickly to the outside and complete.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Back to throw. A toss, left side, caught by his running back.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Back to the air one more time. Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete. Third down, 3 to go. Try to pick this one up on the ground. Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's fourth down. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag down. It's fourth down, so this is a very big call.
Automatic first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He'll go right and find his running back. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. They need to get this to the 23. Here's third down. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on third down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Into space. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Denver. So they make the decision on fourth down to try to go for it. Instead, it goes back the other way for a pick six.
Yeah, and anytime you go for it on fourth down, you're saying, hey, we don't mind rolling the dice and taking some chances. In this case, it backfires. The defense is able to capitalize, and they take it all the way back the other way.
The kicking team off for the extra point. He knocks it through. The Broncos will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The visitors' offense ready to take over once more. Things not looking good. But see if we get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. They'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a third down and 4. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
This will wind up a win for the Broncos. They get the victory away from home in the division. This was so valuable. And they'll get another shot in their place next time later in the season.